It's time for Eastmont Wildcat girls basketball on the NCW Life Channel. High school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. TC Slingers, they'll place the material for you. Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center. Les Schwab Tires in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. The Windmill Restaurant in Wenatchee. And the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club. Now let's go courtside at Eastmont High School alongside Grant Olson. Here's NCW Life Sports Director Eric Granstrom.
Welcome, basketball fans. We are here at the Town Toyota Center for day 2 of the Giesa Credit Union NCW Basketball Showcase. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCW Life Channel as we get ready for this matchup between the Eastmont Lady Cats and we have the team that nobody knows much about. Rogers Rams are here to take on Eastmont, and Grant, kind of tough. I mean, you play non-league games, and then you step into Big 9 play, and now during the holidays you step back out.
You know, there is kind of an advantage to that. Maybe you do take a step back from Big 9 play, take a little bit of a breather. Christmas is coming up, and now you're playing a team you really don't know. So you're kind of playing, I think, a little looser than you would maybe in Big 9 play, and it's in a different arena, different venue, and I think it just kind of changes the atmosphere of the game. Well,
and also for those girls that want to go on to the state tournament and get into that bigger arena, this is a chance to kind of get used to this atmosphere and get used to that backdrop or lack thereof.
I love doing games in this building. It brings a whole new element into the game in this building, as you mentioned. It's like playing in a regional tournament almost somewhere, you know, Tri-Cities or something. It's cool.
Well, if you're Felice Arell, probably the challenge is to see what the focus is, because you've got Christmas coming up, you've got holidays, you've got relatives, you don't have any school. So we'll see what Felice says about the girls as they practice and get ready for this matchup. It's Eastmont and it is Rogers. Coming up next, we'll talk to Eastmont head coach Felice Arell as we continue with the pregame show next on the NCW Life Channel. Our pregame show continues here on the NCW Life Channel as we visit with head coach Felice Arell, and I'm just happy to be here in the Town Toyota Center where I don't have to battle a band to talk to you.
Finally. Yay. Let's celebrate.
Well, let's talk about your team. Speaking of celebrating, you got to be pretty happy with the start so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're really kind of finding our roles and figuring out who, you know, needs to be doing what and just kind of settling in right now in the season. It's really nice, yeah.
Well, we were just talking about the fact that you hope to be in a different environment come February, March in a big cavernous place playing.
Yeah.
How does this prepare you for something like that?
I mean, it's just nice to play someone out of our league, someone West Side basketball. I mean, a different look, a different feel. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely prepares us, hopefully, for later in the season.
How tough is it for you with the girls? They're not in school right now. Your practice schedule is probably a little different. You got the holidays. So is there a focus that you need to really kind of hone in on?
I mean, I definitely look to my captains and leaders just to make sure, hey, we're locked in. We're not thinking about, you know, Saturday, Sunday. We're here to get a job done and just focus on one day at a time, so living for today and then worrying about tomorrow and then enjoying our break. So I felt like this week at practice we were focused, locked in, yeah, really ready to go this week. So.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and keep everybody healthy tonight.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You bet. Felice Arell joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and take a look at the lineups and get you ready for the tip. It's Rogers, it's Eastmont coming up next from the NCW Basketball Showcase on the NCW Life Channel. And welcome back once again here to the Town Toyota Center, along with my buddy Grant Olson. I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. We should mention that our pregame interview with Coach Arell brought to you by our friends at TC Slingers. Rock, bark, sand, soil, they'll place the material for you at TC Slingers.
I don't know how to spell.
So we're ready for more basketball here, Grant.
I love doing games in here, Eric. It's fun.
It is a fun atmosphere. It does have a definite different feel to it. Number one, you've got the spotlight, it seems, on center court.
Right.
It's kind of theater
Right.
in the round almost.
It is. That's
like.
what I love about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, and we talked about it in the pregame show a little bit. It's kind of like being in a big-time game, a regional or a state game or something like that.
Absolutely. And we're playing on an NBA-sized floor. So
it's very cool.
A little different, a little longer to run. About
Right.
10 feet longer court size than your high school court.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that plays an impact. At this part of the season, they should be in pretty good basketball shape by now.
I would say so. This is a good time. And police out mopping, or I should say brooming the floor. Eastmont coach. I guess that's what happens when you play here sometimes.
Well, yeah, they do
I'm surprised the band isn't here, Eric.
Well,
it is Christmas break. I get it.
Absolutely. We should mention that games earlier today. This is going to be the 5th game of the day. We're going to do both the Eastmont boys and girls here at the NCW Basketball Showcase, powered by Giesa Credit Union. Earlier today, it was Eisenhower Downing Bethel, 75-63 in a boys game. Girls, by the way, in that boys game, we had an official that stumbled off of the court. He reached down to catch himself, and he was out in the corner right over here down to our right. He reached out to catch himself, cut his hand wide open on the corner of the court, ended up getting 16 stitches.
Wow.
Yeah.
People can't see it probably at home, but it does have a bit of a drop-off. The court is elevated just a little bit.
This is a floating floor, as
Right.
they call it, and pieced together like a jigsaw puzzle. They've got little cranks that snaps the court together.
Right.
And so there is about probably, 4 or 5 inch drop-off between the floor and the subfloor, if you will, which is the cover right over the ice, which is still here for hockey. So for those of us sitting on this little piece of styrofoam, I have warm socks on. I've been here all day.
Did you wear your thermal socks tonight?
So other games earlier today, it was Moses Lake Downing Linwood in boys play 68-59. The Wenatchee girls almost came all the way back to knock off University, but U-High got the 2-point win, 47-45. Allie Hallberg just a beast in the second half of that one, just came up short. And the Wenatchee boys tight in the first quarter, back and forth ball game, 4 lead changes, 4 or 5 different ties, but then U-High just put the pedal to the metal in the second all the way through the end and won it 56-39. So here we go, ready for girls play between the Rogers Rams out of the Puyallup area. Their head coach is Amy Looker. Now, if that last name sounds familiar, it should. One of her assistant coaches is her husband, Dane Looker, former standout player for the University of Washington Husky football team.
That's right. Now, he's listed as a statistician.
Okay.
just to get it out
well,
there.
And they told us that Dane is in the house.
Awesome.
Here tonight.
Fantastic.
So, Amy is assisted by Jesse DeForest, Jaden Whittington, and Jordan Rasmussen, along with her husband, Day. The record for the Rams coming in, they're 3-3 overall, 3-2 in league, so off to a pretty good start. Here's their starters, and our starting lineups on the NCW Life Channel are brought to you by TC Slingers as well. No more need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They place the material for you. Reagan Barrett, a 5'4 sophomore, and I understand she's the one to watch. Is that what I heard?
That's what we heard, yes.
Ellie Hamill is a 5'6 senior. She wears number 4. Avery Campbell is a 5'8 senior. She wears number 14. 33 is Callie Steffen, a 5'10 junior. And then Sophie Wicker, a 6' senior, wears number 35. That'll be an interesting matchup with she and Emily Dufour. So let's take a look at the Eastmont Lady Cats lineup here, announced by Felisa Rell. She's assisted by Joel Barnes, Gabby Gonzalez, and Shay Jones. Coming in with a record of 2-1 in Big 9 play, 4-2 overall. The starters, Emma Simpson, a 5'8 senior, Nia Peasley, a 5'8 senior, Maddie Chandler, a 5'8 senior, Caitlin Cox, a 5'6 junior, and Emily Dufour, a 6'3 senior. Our officials, Mike Wold, Jody Southwick, and Rick Springer, as we're ready to go here for this matchup between the Rams of Rogers and the Wildcats of Eastmont. Day 2 of the Giesa Credit Union NCW Basketball Showcase. It'll be Dufour to jump it up out there along with Sophie Wicker, and the ball tipped for Eastmont and handled by the Wildcats. And it'll be Eastmont basketball to start things off here in front of a small crowd, although a late arriving crowd for Eastmont.
Right.
Up high, Nia Peasley trying to feed down low to Dufour, and she saved it inbounds. 14 on the shot clock. Here's a shot from way outside for 3, good by Emma Simpson. And so it's an early lead here for Eastmont, pressing in the backcourt. And Felice Arell, she is aggressive. She is a coach that wants to force things. And here is a forced turnover. Emma Simpson falling down, feeds ahead to Caitlin Cox. Try to reverse layup, and the ball knocked away from her by Avery Campbell. So our first turnover of the ball game goes Eastmont's way. And now Rogers on the offensive attack with a cut
Nice
in
shot.
the lane. Reagan Barrett, there she is.
Little floater in there.
Dribbling with the left hand, shot with the right, floating to her left, and it's a 3-2 contest. And Rogers forces a turnover with some pressure here at midcourt.
I like this, the way they're doing this, Eric. Both teams got full court press. You got to see how the other team can handle the ball. You don't know this team, so it's a good way to kind of test them.
Absolutely. Barrett with the ball out top. She traveled with it before the shot. Hit that three-pointer.
Oh, man.
She's a sophomore?
Yeah, she's a sophomore.
Okay. Wonder if she knows a sophomore up the road a little bit. Cashmere's Haley Van Lith.
Plays a lot like her, looks like already.
She does. So a turnover for Rogers. It is 3-2. Eastmont on top, and again backcourt press here by the Rams. Cross court over to Simpson. Simpson double team comes on her.
Ooh,
She
don't wanna
is close
stop
to the
there.
out of bounds. Gave it up to DeFore. Now they got to transition to Peasley. A wraparound pass off to Chandler, but her shot was partially blocked away. And it's Rams back the other way. But here's Emma Simpson stepping in the middle of the pass. Back she comes down the right side. Drew the foul. She's going to get a couple of free throws. Nice body control
I love
for
how
Emma
she did
Simpson.
that, Eric. Kind of used her body to draw that foul. In or out, doesn't matter. She's going to the line.
Avery Campbell with the foul. That's her first. We'll have a substitution here for Rogers coming up in a moment. First, a free throw for Emma Simpson. She's got Eastmont's 3 points, trying to add to that, and she does. One more to come for Emma. Here to the ball game comes Maddie Egan, a 5'7" junior for the Rams, to replace Avery Campbell. Emma Simpson with the second free throw. Good. 5-2 lead for Eastmont at 3 points once again. Again, pressure in the backcourt by the Lady Cats. They break it, does the Rams. Egan passes down low, then collects it back on the wing left. She'll drive down the paint and going to get a blocking foul. She used some speed to get around Caitlin Cox. Cox going to be whistled for the foul. That's her first team foul. Out of bounds play, baseline left side. Barrett will bring it in for the Rams. Gets it into on the inbounds play to Stalkop, who checked in as well. As the ball comes back down in the corner for a long three from Barrett. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Eastmont out top. Caitlin Cox spins away from Barrett, who flashed at her. Cox will bring it across the midcourt stripe. Haulers out to play. Gets a pick out top from Peasley. Now delivers to Peasley on the pick and roll. The ball loose on the floor, though. Let's see who's going to get it. Peasley had it. Now the Rams pick it up. Another turnover for Eastmont. 4 unofficially here in the first quarter. Feed inside. Here's Barrett for a long two.
Oh.
It's good. Boy, I'll tell you, she has a sweet-looking...
I was just going to say that, Eric. What great form. Great shot. Only a sophomore.
Goodness. Timeout taken by Eastmont. It's going to be a short one, so we'll keep it right here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. Also by the Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club and the Windmill Restaurant. Hope everybody's having a good holiday. Of course, by the time we get this on the air, it'll be past Christmas, but you know what? I don't care.
We can use past tense.
Merry
in.
Christmas.
Didn't you have a great Christmas,
Oh,
Eric?
it was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what, Grant? I got what I always wanted.
What was that?
A green machine.
You told me that the other day, didn't you?
I did. It's only recommended for 75 pounds or less, so I might have to get another one and use it on my feet. We'll see about that. 5-4 the score.
I think the ages are like 8 to 12.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's okay. I wear a size 13, so it fits perfectly on my foot. All right, so Eastmont with a cross-court pass. Nice job breaking the press as Peasley has it over the left side. She'll kick out top. Cox could have been called for a walk. Now the feed down low. Peasley picks it up, partially blocked, but they're going to say it with the body, I think, after the shot. We'll see if it's 2 free throws coming up. I think it is. On the foul on Rogers. And this is on Sophie Wicker. That's her first personal foul. 6-foot senior inside. Obviously a presence down low for the Rams. And to the free throw line, Nia Peasley. You know, Nia has worked on her free throws, obviously. I remember calling her games a couple of years ago, and She had a heck of a time at the free throw line, but she's obviously worked it out and has a much better looking stroke at the line.
Just has kind of an unorthodox shot, Eric. It's kind of the Lonzo Ball style of shooting, but once you get that down and practice a little bit, she's on the money this year.
Bryn O'Rourke checked in for Eastmont. Second free throw for Peasley. Off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up underneath by the Rams. And Rogers gives it up to Barrett. Barrett takes it down the left side, one-on-one. Missed the shot. Rebound Dufour. Held ball called. Possession arrow out to Rogers, or no? It is Eastmont basketball. Did we have a jump ball after the tip?
Eastmont
handled the tip.
They did.
Yeah, I think it should have been Rogers' ball.
I think you're right. I think they caught that, Eric. Yeah.
Should be Rogers basketball, I think. The official comes here near side to talk to him. We have had, I mentioned, a couple of issues with the shot clock and with the arrow as far as the crew here for the Town Toyota Center. They're used to doing hockey, Grant. They're not used to doing basketball. 6-4 the score. 4:56 left here in the first quarter. Big smile on the face of Reagan Barrett as she talks it over with the official over there, Mike Wold. I think she was schooling Mike on the who should have the ball there. As they get it in, circled it around out top for Ellie Hamill. Hamill feeds right side, then comes back left with it, collects it. Now a pass down underneath. Maybe walk could have been called, and they do.
They do.
Ball got down low to Sophie Wicker, and she thought about making a spin in the paint, but forgot that she couldn't move both feet in the process without putting a dribble down.
And she had 6'3" Emily Dufour right behind her.
She did. Emily was putting a knee right into her backside, too. So here's Peasley out top handling the ball. Cox here for Eastmont. And goes to now a drive underneath, and there's a shot and a bucket and counted, and one for Britt Vaughn.
Eric, she just checked in a couple minutes ago, and she had some quality minutes the last time we covered Eastmont when they played Wenatchee, too. She contributed and played a lot of minutes, especially in the second half.
Yeah, in a non-league game here recently, Britt was leading scorer for Eastmont. So she's certainly been a key cog off the bench here for Coach Arell, and her free throw good. And how about that? 3-point play for Britt Vaughn gives Eastmont their largest lead now at 5 points, 9-4 with 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Barrett with a long shot from NBA range. It's good.
Boom.
My goodness. Ooh, look out, coming at us. Ball tipped out of bounds, went off of the Rams. We'll get a substitution here for Rogers. Avery Campbell comes back into the ball game and replaces Kaylee Stalka. Inbounds pass for Simpson, comes in to Dufour, kicks it over for O'Rourke for a long two. It's off the mark, no good. Simpson trying to get the rebound underneath to hit the end line, and we'll go out to Rogers. But white jerseys in the paint. Every time that ball goes up, Eastmont seems to have rebounders in position.
They're doing a great job, Eric. You're exactly right. Just a little bit cold from the field right now. Good underneath, but not so great yet from the field.
Barrett feeds left side to Hamill. Hamill starts the dribble drive and then kicks it back outside. They go high post, then back out. Trying to go high-low here. Now the dribble in the paint. Nice pass across for a set shot for the right side is good. That's Callie Steffen with the shot. Or is that Wicker?
Wicker.
It is Wicker with the shot. So her first bucket of the ball game ties us up at 9. Back comes Eastmont the other way. There's O'Rourke with the 2. She's been another cog off the bench here for Arell, and there's another three-pointer for Reagan Barrett. My goodness.
She's liking the baskets and the rims here at Town Toyota Center.
Yeah, and she's shown she'll shoot from anywhere on the floor already. As Eastmont backs it out, Caitlin Cox running the offense now. Gets it to Simpson. Back to Cox.
Pass.
Good give and go.
Beautiful
Layup good.
Pass.
Caitlin Cox for 2. We got a timeout on the floor. This one is taken by Rogers with 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here. 13:04 to go in the first. 13-12, entertaining first quarter.
We are going to have a battle here, I have a feeling, in this ball game. What a great court awareness by Emma Simpson on that pass right there. I love watching her when she kind of gets in a groove like that, and she does that at time to time. She just is kind of streaky at times during the game, but what a great look right there.
You know, you and I called several of the Eastmont games last year, and one of the big things, and maybe this is just a matter of maturation, But I think it's also the influence of Felice Arell, the head coach. They're under control way more this year than they were last year.
That's a great observation. They really are. They were out of control at times. There's no doubt about that. They had some young players, not a lot of experience, but she has seemed to calm this team and just give them some confidence, and they're playing that way.
Yeah, shoulders are over the knees a lot more than in the past, where the shoulders were about 2 feet out in front, and it was look out. Here they go. So it's Barrett, and we got a whistle away from the ball, and we're going to get a foul called on Rogers. Away from the ball, and this is on
Wicker, I think, Eric.
That's her second foul. Substitution, Wicker's going to have to come out of the ball game. Rachel Wicker will come in. Look like sisters. I'll make that call. Inbounds pass, meanwhile, for Eastmont in the backcourt. And crossing the midcourt stripe, they feed it over to O'Rourke. She'll shoot the 2. Off the mark, a little strong. And a rebound underneath for Rogers. Outlet to Barrett. Barrett trying to feed on a fast break to Hamill. Goes off of a hand out of bounds. It's off of Eastmont.
Oh my gosh, that ball is gone.
13-12.
That ball is like Bo Jackson running through the tunnel at Kingdom.
They gotta go to Puyallup to get it, I think. 13-12, 2:38 to go.
It's under the Zamboni.
Britt Vaughn found it. Don't get too close to that Zamboni. It'll ice you up. Yeah, Eastmont's shooting a little cold right now.
They
don't need any help with that.
That's right.
Barrett on the inbound baseline right side. Trailing it by 1. Trying to give Rogers their first lead. Inbounds pass. Nice feed inside for the shot attempt by Maddie Egan. And a foul called. And I think we're going to get a couple of free throws.
And really defensively, Eric, you can't let that happen on an inbounds play. A player cutting pretty much uncontested through the key and an easy pass right there.
I think that was on O'Rourke. That's her first. Second team foul on Eastmont. First free throw up and good for Maddie Egan. Still here in the first quarter. 2:36 remaining. Game tied at 13. And the second free throw up off the mark, no good. Rebound underneath. Offensive rebound and a putback, no good. Britt Vaughn right there for the rebound for Eastmont. She'll feed it back to Emma Simpson, and they'll run the offense here. She'll bring it across the midcourt stripe, picked up there by Barrett. Goes right side to Vaughn, inside to DeFore. Double team, took it up anyway, and makes the shot.
She does have a size advantage under there, Eric, just slightly, and she used it there with those long arms.
Yeah, oh, what a dribble, step, and drive. And the 2 points for Reagan Barrett. Clinic.
What a player.
For the sophomore. Tied at 15. Turnover. Back the other way comes Wicker. Feeds out to Barrett. That's one of the first shots she's missed. She gets her own rebound. Put back.
Shot.
No good. Offensive board, no good. And then there's DeFore to clean it up. Emily hands it off to Emma Simpson. Tied at 15. Second tie of the ball game. There's a feed to the shot for the right side by Cox. Missed it, but an offensive rebound put back on the way by Britt Vaughn is good. 5 points off the bench for Vaughn. Here comes Barrett. Look out, sugar shake out top. She'll kick out for the three-pointer. Off the mark, no good. Emma Simpson on the rebound. Off to Vaughn, far sideline. Ooh, she had a O'Rourke open, didn't see her, and there's a walk by DeFore, and another turnover for Eastmont. I've got them for 6.
I got 5. I may have missed one, though, Eric.
Okay. Minute 16 left here in the first, 17-15 to score. We had a host of substitutions. DeFore is going to take a seat, and a good substitution for Felice Arell. Minute 16, give DeFore a rest. Don't get a dumb foul here.
I agree, a great substitution.
Maddie Chandler back in there for Eastmont. And Peasley checked back in as well, so a little shorter lineup here. And there's a substitute that checked in for Rogers. They'll kick it out to the right side for a 12-footer from Rachel Wicker. Missed the shot. Rebound. Maddie Chandler with it. Look out. Chandler will throw an elbow and take a tooth out, so you watch yourself.
That's right.
The substitution here is Jasmine Lilly into the ball game for Rogers. 17-15, high to Maddie Chandler. Lost it for a sec. Collects it, feeds, lob. Britt Vaughn turns, shot. Good. Britt Vaughn.
Wow.
7 off the bench. 19-15, 4-point Eastmont lead. 42 seconds left. Here's a long bomb from way downtown by Barrett. Off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds, or we're actually going to get a foul on the rebound, and it's going to be on Rogers. And this will be on Rachel Wicker. That's her first. 5 team fouls already on Rogers. Inbounds pass comes into O'Rourke. O'Rourke feeds midcourt to Chandler. They do a nice job breaking the press. Off to Peasley. She'll drive it, shoot it, miss it. Rebound tapped around. Barrett has it. Double team comes. They're going to call a foul on Britt Vaughn. Just a hustle play, trying to do what she can to get that ball back.
That's what I love about her when she comes in off the bench. She just, like you said, Eric, is such a spark plug off the bench for the Wildcats.
Well, we had some folks ask us about the starting lineups before Eastmont ever got here, and I kind of hesitated about that 4th and 5th, thinking maybe they would put Britt Vaughn in the starting lineup. 18 seconds left. You know who's going to shoot it. Barrett, left side, crossover. No, she feeds down low, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's out to Rogers with 10 seconds left.
Well, she had Lily there underneath open and just couldn't quite get it to her.
So baseline right side for Barrett on the inbounds play for Rogers. Has the ball in hand, bodies start to move. Looking. Now lobs it back outside to Stalkop. Stalkop with the drive on Vaughn. Ooh. They're going to call a blocking foul on the shot. Thought maybe they'd get her on the floor before the shot. But the foul on Vaughn is her second, 4th team foul.
And as a coach, you hate to see a foul committed with less than 10 seconds left in a quarter.
Absolutely. Give the opponent a chance to score without that clock moving, and Stalkop makes the first end.
And you get the momentum in the quarter break.
Right. 5 ticks left here in the first. 19-16 right now. Make it 19-17. Stalkop hits both. And a little pressure again applied as Eastmont brings it up. Heimbigner in there, and the ball goes out of bounds. So no shot at the buzzer, and that'll be our first quarter of play. And well, that was more high scoring than we saw in the boys game, the last game before this one. 19-17, Eastmont on top of Rogers. We are going to take a 60-second break. Get you ready for second quarter action here at the Giesa Credit Union NCW Basketball Showcase. We're back next on the NCW Life Channel. So Rogers basketball to start our second quarter here at the Town Toyota Center. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel as Rogers trails it by 2, 19-17. Very entertaining, fast-paced first quarter. We'll see if they keep it up here in the second. As the ball's in the hands of Jasmine Lilly. She'll kick it outside to Hamill. Hamill on the dribble left side. She'll give it up to Stalkop. And a turnover. Or we got a foul whistle. It's a foul.
I think it was after
the turnover. Yep.
Nice job by DeFore stepping in front of that pass too, Eric.
Rachel Wicker with the foul after the turnover. The 4th unofficially for Rogers here in this first half. Substitution as back in comes Avery Campbell, one of their starters, senior starters. Inbounds pass comes into Emma Simpson in the backcourt, picked up back there by Barrett, so everybody else clears house. Looks like man defense here for Rogers.
Well, this is where you get it down to DeFore now with a much shorter Stalkop on her down low, Eric.
Maddie Chandler fouled here on the near sideline. That foul whistled on Ellie Hamill. That's 2 on Hamill. 6, 7, is that 17 fouls? Yeah, we're at 1-1 already. That's going to make this second quarter rather lengthy. So Maddie Chandler will head to the free throw line for 1-1. She's yet to get into the scorebook here tonight. The 5'8" senior dips to the waist, left-handed shot, good. Maddie Chandler, AKA Shark Bite. That's my own nickname I gave her a long time ago when she was just a little kid. Second free throw on the way. Good.
Should I ask?
21-17. She had appendicitis, had to have a surgery, and so her surgery scar kind of looked like a shark bite. So she was little. So I told her, I said, hey, that looks like a shark bite. Here's a shot for Lilly, no good. Rebound weak side by Simpson. Emma wants to run it up. She'll get it into the forecourt to Cox. Feed inside to DeFore. Lost the handle, fumbled on the floor. Bodies down, and we're going to get a held ball called. Possession arrow should be out to Eastmont. And Simpson will drop down to bring it. Oh, they're going to come on the near sideline. So I guess, that's a good call right in front of the Rogers bench. Simpson with the ball in hand. Bodies start to move. She'll feed to DeFore. Emily had the ball, brought it down right where Barrett could get it, stripped it away. Ball loose, then picked up on another turnover by Eastmont. Here's a shot from way downtown by Cox. No good. Rebound DeFore, tied up with Lilly. And DeFore rips that ball away. Held ball called, possession arrow this time out to Rogers.
Nice job by anticipation by DeFore under there that time. And she did a good job to try and get that offensive rebound. Just couldn't quite get the handle.
6:50 to go here in the second quarter. 21-17 the score. As we hear Amy Looker in our earbone here as Lily has it on the perimeter right. Lily starts the dribble and kicks it for a long three-pointer on the way, no good by Pettit, and an offensive rebound on that long one from outside. Lily with it out top, picked up by Simpson, turns, feeds outside, looking at the shot, then Pettit will dribble it. Then they'll work it again around to the outside, and oh my, they're going to call a foul inside. Pettit ran into DeFore, and they're going to call DeFore for the foul.
Pettit, by the way, Eric, only a freshman, 5'6" freshman.
Inbounds play baseline right side for Rogers. Barrett has it. She'll kick it way outside to Stalkop. Stalkop down in the corner. It will go back to Barrett. Picked up by Simpson. Lob pass inside to Stalkop. Good help on the weak side there as Cox came over to help out. Now the ball fumbled away, picked up by Simpson. Simpson's got Cox running in front of her. She'll feed it to her, laid up with a left hand, no good. DeFore there, offensive rebound. She'll kick it outside to Chandler. Now for a three-pointer from Simpson, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound picked up by Simpson outside. Emma takes a dribble step, then feeds inside to Peasley. Ball stripped away out of bounds. It'll go out to Eastmont.
Good hustle on the Wildcats right now, chasing down loose balls and they're doing a good job down low.
We're going to get a full timeout. That'll give us a chance to catch our breath here with 5:53 to go in the half. 21-17, Eastmont up by 4. We're coming back next after the 60-second timeout on the NCW Life Channel. Eastmont basketball after the timeout taken by the Rams. Simpson lobs it into DeFore. Turnaround shot on the way, a little too strong. Simpson, weak side rebound. Putback is missed. Rebound by the offense again. Peasley puts it back. She missed it. Rebound picked away this time by Barrett. She's got a runner in head. She'll feed it up to Pettit. Pettit with a drive. Left-handed shot. Missed. No good. Rebound picked up by DeFore. Rifles a pass outside to Simpson running up the left sideline. A 1-on-4. She's going to shoot the three. Good!
Wow. Didn't even hesitate.
Did not have the numbers. Did not hesitate. Lily off to Pettit. Pettit high post. They try to get it. DeFore there to knock the ball outside. Lily collects it. Now to Pettit. Now a lob pass down underneath to Campbell. Campbell outside for a three from Pettit. That's an air ball. And the ball saved in bounds. Well, they attempted a save in bounds. Goes out of bounds. It'll be out to Eastmont. Substitution for the Rams here. Coming back in, Maddie Egan is in there. And then Sophie Wicker comes back in. She got a couple of quick fouls in that first quarter. Hasn't played much.
They need her down low too, Eric.
7-point lead for Eastmont. Their largest of the ball game. 24-17 with under 5 to go here in the first half. Emma Simpson stops out top. She'll feed over to Cox. Cox back to Simpson on the drive.
Oof.
No, they're going to call a travel. I didn't see an extra step.
I didn't either. I
Jody
really didn't.
Southwick a lot closer than I was to it.
8 turnovers now in the Wildcats here in the first half.
So Barrett, she'll shoot it from when she crosses midcourt stripe, and she chooses to pass it up here, but will collect it back on the left side. Double team comes, triple team comes. She shoots it anyway, and it's saved in bounds by Peasley off to DeFore. DeFore
nice
feeds ahead to Cox. Layup is good.
What a pass by DeFore. I don't know if she really had that in mind, but what a bounce pass.
Well, she saw Cox sprinting and got it to her. 26-17, 9-point lead for Eastmont, and we got whistle and an injury back down on the floor as Maddie Chandler took a hard hit to the left side of her head right to her ear, and she is hurting badly right now. So we got an injury timeout on the floor, and our injury timeout's brought to you by Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries. They deal with Maddie Chandler on the floor right now. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break and come back. You're watching Eastmont and Rogers 26-17. Wildcats up. We're back after this 30-second timeout. So after the injury timeout, Rogers basketball. Barrett with it out on the wing. She'll dribble past Simpson, lay it up, and she is clobbered to the floor. Count the bucket and one.
What a great drive. Wow. Such a great ball handle. Eric, we're seeing a special player here tonight. There's no doubt about that.
Foul is on O'Rourke. Wow, that was a foul and a half. Reagan Barrett with 14 points already. We're just halfway through the second quarter. Free throw up and good.
And we still need our points, I think.
Pass up to Simpson. She'll shoot the three again. This time an air ball. Rebound picked up by Rogers. Barrett with it, top of the key. Nice feed down low. A little bit too hot, though, for the hands of Sophie Wicker. Goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Rams. 3:39 on the clock here left in the first half. 26-20 is the score. Is that right? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Inbounds pass to Simpson from Cox. Simpson says, hey, just everybody clear out. Brings it across the midcourt stripe. I noticed that in several years of doing this, being around the Town Toyota Center for this event, that we have some odd spots, and a three-pointer there for Emma Simpson.
On this floor you're talking about, there are some dead spots. I've noticed that too, Eric.
Definitely some spots where you see the dribbler put the ball down and it doesn't come back up. Here's a nice attempt in the lane, but a good job by DeFore stepping in front. Dribbling it all the way down, shoots it for the lane. Oh, that would have been awesome. But she misses the shot.
Playing a good first half.
She really is. She's in on it tonight in the zone. There's another turnover for Rogers as Simpson collects it, feeds to Cox. Left-handed layup is off the mark. No good. Oh, you got to finish. Campbell with a rebound. She'll bring it up across the midcourt stripe, but first we got a whistle, and who's down in the backcourt? Peasley is shaken up. Who's shaken up here for Eastmont? Or is that DeFore? Goodness. Oh, gosh, they cannot have an injury to Emily DeFore.
No.
And she is...
I didn't see what happened. I was following the ball down.
I didn't see
court.
if she came down on somebody's ankle, maybe twisted her ankle.
Possibly.
Another injury timeout here on the floor. What you definitely don't want to see, brought to you by Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries, as they come out and tend to DeFore.
She was holding her stomach a little bit, Eric. She may have just briefly had the wind knocked out of her, took an elbow, something like that.
She has to come out. Looks like she doesn't really want to come out.
She's walking a little funny, too. It might be a right leg.
Well, she came down and she took that jumper from the free throw line.
Well, she doesn't have to come out.
Tried to follow. Like. I thought they had to take her out.
So did I.
Injury timeout.
So did I. Interesting.
Huh. Well, I guess not like football.
That's not.
Okay, so back the other way we go. And the foul was whistled. And I didn't even catch who they called the foul on. Maybe that was on DeFore. And the free throw up and missed on the front end of 1-on-1 by Rachel Wicker. Rebound tapped out of bounds, and it will go out to Rogers. And a substitution here for Rogers as Kaylee Stalcott comes back in. She'll replace Sophie Wicker, who will take a seat. And the inbounds play on the far sideline in front of the Eastmont cheerleaders over there. Comes in to Barrett. Reagan Barrett on the dribble. Gives it up to Pettit. Now back on the drive, all the way down the lane, and one for Maddie Egan.
Nicely done with the left hand, drive it through the lane.
Another foul on Bryn O'Rourke. That's 3 on her. Substitution here for the Wildcats. Alexa Heimbigner comes in. And 1 coming up for Maddie Egan. Egan with 3 points in the game. That was a sweet-looking drive. Free throw is good. Suddenly a 6-point game. 29-23. Battle of attrition, but I see Emily DeFore right back off the bench. She's in there for Eastmont.
Right.
Heimbigner running the offense here for Eastmont. Picked up there by Barrett. Gave up the dribble. Simpson slaps her hands, finds DeFore, high post, turn, shot, good. I think that's your statement, Grant. I'm okay.
I think so, too. And she's got that size advantage when Wicker goes to the bench.
2:04 to go. Whoa,
Boom.
way downtown from Barrett. Missed the shot. Cox on the rebound. Got a 3-on-2. Bounce pass across. Heimbigner with the layup. No good.
DeFore.
Rebound offensive by DeFore. Underneath, and she traveled with it. Boy, she just so close. And so far.
6 rebounds so far for DeFore, 3 of them offensive in this first half.
Hamill back in along with Lilly here for Rogers. Peasley comes back in for Eastmont.
5-1, 5-1, out, 5 out.
Barrett with it with 1:46 to go.
Wow.
Spinning in the lane, left-handed runner, no good. Rebound by Cox. 31-23, Eastmont on top. Trying to extend the lead here before the half. 1:35 left in the half. Heimbigner on the wing left. She'll bring it across near side for Simpson. She'll drive on the baseline, and Britt Vaughn bails her out, but then she lost the handle, picked up by Lilly. Bodies all over the place. Here comes Lilly, 3-on-2. Bounce pass inside, too far under, wrap around pass to Lilly. They'll kick it back out. Should be 3 in the key, and it is. They got just too far down by Ellie Hamill there.
Right.
Kind of in no man's land, and then tried to find Lilly back, but by the time she did, she was in the key way too long.
And sometimes, Eric, you just forget you're in there.
Yeah. Inbounds pass comes into Cox, so Caitlin will bring it across the midcourt stripe, picked up by Ellie Hamill with 1:08 to go. And here's a really good sign. We've got Maddie Chandler off the bench ready to come in at the next dead ball.
That is a good sign.
Absolutely. Left side, here's Heimbigner for 3.
Nails
Good! Alexa Heimbigner with a tray, 34-23, Eastmont's largest lead now at 11. Lilly out top, picked up by Vaughn, starts the dribble, backs it away with 43 seconds left in the half. Now come left side with it. Here's Hamill stepping back for the tree. It's good.
Beautiful shot there.
Ellie Hamill with her first bucket. Ice in her veins with 30 seconds. Feed in top. Peasley down low it goes. They'll kick it outside. Off to Simpson. Simpson to Vaughn. Vaughn down low to Peasley. Good ball movement for Eastmont. Heimbigner out top for Simpson. Looked at that NBA 3, won't take it. Now Cox on the drive. Left-handed runner off the mark, no good. With 12 seconds left in the half, and Britt Vaughn, that's a young foul right there.
And another foul towards the end of a quarter,
Yep.
and this time end of the half.
Reaching when you don't have to. That's her third personal foul. And then we're going to traverse ends and shoot free throws. Just what you don't want to see. And here comes Maddie Chandler. Good to see her back on the floor for Eastmont. Cassidy Cunningham also comes in. And a substitution, Avery Campbell for Rogers.
Yes, Ellie.
Meanwhile, it will be Jasmine Lilly at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 9 team fouls on Eastmont, leading at 34-26. Free throw by Lilly, first of 1-and-1, no good. Rebound picked up by Eastmont. Nice job coming into the game for Cunningham. Clears a rebound with 3 seconds with 2. Chandler way outside with 1, and that's going to be the end of the half, with Eastmont leading at 34-26 over the Rogers Rams, outscoring Rogers 19-17 in the first quarter and 15-9 in the second to take the 34-26 lead here at the half. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back with halftime activities here. I think Grant's going to go out and dance for us. So we'll have that as we come back next here on the NCW Life Channel. You're watching the Giesa Credit Union NCW Basketball Showcase from the Town Toyota Center. Again, our score here at half, Eastmont leading at 34-26 over Rogers. We're back after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back once again here to the Town Toyota Center. Our score at halftime is Eastmont leading Rogers 34-26 in this girls matchup. First of our doubleheader here tonight on the NCW Life Channel. We'll have the Eastmont boys coming up against Rogers next. Our unofficial totals in that first half for Rogers: Reagan Barrett with 15 points. 3 points for Ellie Hamill, 3 for Maddie Egan, 2 points for Sophie Wicker, and 2 for Kaylee Stahlkop. The Rams 5 of 8 from the free throw line and unofficially with 9 turnovers in that first half. We had a couple of ties in the first quarter. Eastmont led by as many as 11 in the first half, and their lead here at 8 at halftime. Unofficial totals for the Wildcats, offensively led by Emma Simpson with 11 points, 7 points for Britt Vaughn, 4 each for Caitlin Cox and Emily DeFore, 3 points for Alexa Heimbigner, 2 for Bryn O'Rourke, 2 for Maddie Chandler, and 1 for Nia Peasley. So almost everybody on the sheet getting in the scoring column here for Eastmont in that first half of play. Meanwhile, the free throws, let's see, 3 of 4, 4 of 5 in the first quarter, and 2 of 2 in the second quarter. So 6 of 7 in the ball game so far. So pretty good from the charity stripe for Eastmont. 10 turnovers unofficially in that first half of play. What kind of numbers did you have, Mr. Olson?
Rebound-wise, Eric, a pretty close matchup there. Eastmont was 17 total rebounds the first half, 14 for Rogers. Rogers led by Reagan Barrett with 4 rebounds. Also Sophie Wicker with 4 for Eastmont. 5 rebounds for Emma Simpson, 6 for Emily DeFore, including 3 offensive. Also Emma Simpson with 2 offensive rebounds herself.
Yeah, the Wildcats have certainly been working the boards here tonight. And interesting that Reagan Barrett has 4 rebounds herself.
She does.
Some of those probably coming after following her own shot on a miss from outside.
She's great at that. She is just such an all-around ball player. The way that she can dribble, her sense of the court and where her teammates are, and then that great shot. Boy, this is a star.
Absolutely. Rogers in the first quarter scored 17 to Eastmont's 19. And boy, at that pace, you're thinking, what are we going to have, 80-point game here?
That's right,
almost?
right.
Things slowed down a little bit in the second quarter with the Wildcats outscoring the Rams 15-9 to lead it here, 34-26 at halftime. We'll take another 2-minute break and come back and entertain you. Well, Grant said he's not going to dance, so maybe we'll get the Eastmont cheerleaders to dance or something along those lines. So we'll do that after this 2-minute timeout here from the Town Toyota Center. It's the Giesa Credit Union NCW Basketball Showcase where Eastmont girls lead Rogers at halftime, 34-26. We're back after this 2-minute timeout. Thanks for joining us on the NCW Life Channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. So, Grant, holidays, visitors, home.
Yes, we're going to have
traveling.
We're going to have a couple of sets of visitors. My twin brother and his wife are coming from Spokane tomorrow. They're staying with us Friday and Saturday, going back to spend time then with my wife's family in Spokane on Sunday and Monday, or going back Sunday, I should say. And then my sister-in-law, my wife's sister from up in Twisp, is coming with her 3 kids on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And they're staying Sunday to Monday and going back.
Very nice.
So we're going to have a house full. How about you?
Very nice. Well, I've had my my mom and dad and my brother for better part of a week already. No, that's been a good thing. It's been a good thing. The kind of a twofold visit. You know, of course, there's got to be something, got to be a carrot dangling somehow. So my brother's still trying to fill his elk tag.
Still?
Yeah, he was drawn for the Malaga unit that runs until the end of the year.
Right.
And so he's trying to do that. And, well, you know, okay, while we're here, we may as well have some Christmas, too. So
that's awesome. That is really – and anybody that caught you doing wrestling with your dad the other night was so great. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Your dad is a character. I love him on the air.
I told Dad when I got home that night that our one of our main producers for the TV station, Caitlin Hedersheet, she has her desk next to mine at work, and she pulled me aside. She says, "Hey," she says, "you and your dad doing wrestling was adorable."
Was adorable.
I went, "What?"
I think she said adorbs, didn't she? It was adorbs.
It was adorbs. Yeah. So I went home. I told Dad that, and he's like, "I don't think we wanted that, did we?"
Is that a good thing?
He goes, "That wasn't what we were going for. I thought we were going for, you know,
you guys were
wrestling."
great. You guys really were great.
Oh, we had a good time with that. And That'll be a memory for a lifetime, that's for sure, to have Dad on the broadcast. But, yeah, like what you said when he started talking about my niece, his granddaughter.
Oh, gosh, I was laughing at home.
As a young wrestler, she turned out for the little kid wrestling, and she pinned a kid, a
No,
boy.
as your dad put it, she whipped a boy.
She whipped a boy.
And then made him cry.
And then he started crying, so then she quit wrestling right there. She's like, I don't want to make people cry because she's such a soft heart, such a sweetie pie.
That's pretty adorable, I got to say.
We're going to take a quick 30 and come back. Get you ready for second half. Rogers and Eastmont. Lady Cats lead at 34-26. We're back after this 30-second timeout. Along with Grant Olson, Eric Grandstrom with you here on the NCAA Life Channel. Day 2 of the NCAA Basketball Showcase powered by Giesa Credit Union here at the Town Toyota Center. It's tough to get a lot of people here. There'll be probably a lot of people here for the Eastmont-Wenatchee game tomorrow night.
Right.
They had a decent crowd for Chelan and Cashmere last night. But holidays, it's, tough. It's a cool place for the kids to play.
Right.
But I just wish we could get more bodies in there.
And it's still, Eric, not your home digs. You know what I mean?
Right,
so that's kind of a factor as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Eastmont basketball to start our second half as they lead it by 8. As they'll have the original starting 5 out there. Cox out there along with Simpson and Chandler and DeFore and Peasley. Cox has it on the wing, feeds out top to DeFore. Wanted to go backdoor to Simpson. 1 second on the shot clock, so Emma horses one up. Shot clock violation, turnover for Eastmont to start this second half.
I think Eastmont, Eric's they have to have a balanced in and out game this second half to really come out with a victory here. They need to get it to DeFore when she has that mismatch with Stalkop down low, and they have to hit some of these outside shots.
Eastmont sticking with their man defense, and here's a drive by Barrett. Try to wrap around pass, ball loose on the floor. Who's going to touch it last? It'll be off of Eastmont.
Don't you love how both teams have played man-to-man defense this entire game, too? I'm a man-to-man defense fan.
That's a lot of energy spent with the running around.
You're right.
Both teams up to the task here so far. Barrett backs away. Look out. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound by Simpson. Emma rums it up the far sideline. She'll take it all the way herself, has the ball stripped, and they're going to call a blocking foul. It'll be out of bounds to Eastmont here, and I think they're going to whistle Avery Campbell with the foul.
Looked like maybe a shooting foul, didn't it?
It is Ellie Hamill with the foul. That's her third.
It's not. You're right, blocking, Eric.
Emma Simpson will bring it inbounds baseline right side. Just underway second half. No score yet here for either team. Now to Maddie Chandler with the shot. It's good. Maddie Chandler took a nasty, nasty shot to the ear in the first half. Came out, now back in there, has 4 points of the ball game. Eastmont by 10, 36-26. Lob pass underneath. They try to go outside to Wicker. Ball loose on the floor over there. Boy, Emma Simpson is just
She's playing a game.
Tenacious.
She is really playing a game. She's in great shape, too. She is all over the court, both ends of the court, too.
Soccer player, track star in the springtime, and certainly doing well for Eastmont. And the Lady Cats off to a good start this season. Barrett feeds left side, right side to Egan. Egan out top it comes. Almost a steps could have been called there on Campbell. And now the ball tipped, goes out of bounds. Turnover by Rogers. Emma Simpson with a little grin there, knowing that her defense had a hand in that.
Let's go. Next possession, please.
Simpson will bring it inbounds in the backcourt. Gets it into Cox. Caitlin starts a dribble. Feeds left side. Rogers is going to switch to his zone here.
First time.
0-4, and it works out because they sag into the passing lane, steal the ball away. Turnover for Eastmont. Now we're going to get a turnover back the other way for Rogers, is taking steps down low as Maddie Egan, the 5'7" junior. Couldn't collect herself as the ball came into her. Pass outside to Cox. Caitlin called the play from clear 3/4 of the court away. I don't think anybody could hear her. And they're going to call a double dribble. And she's wondering if
she thought it
Barrett
was
touched
poke
the
checked
ball.
away from her.
I kind of thought it was too.
Right.
Run it. Run it this way.
So the inbounds pass here for Rogers after the turnover by Eastmont. Barrett goes right side. Now this one turns back over again. And this is all forced off of defense.
Sure is.
Nice
3
shot by
turnovers
Cox.
quickly now on Rogers. Sorry.
Yeah,
Eric.
here in the near sideline, right in front of the Rogers bench. Inbounds pass to Simpson. Emma turns, sees that everybody's backed away, so she'll bring it across the midcourt stripe. Ball plucked from her by Barrett. Now Barrett back the other way. Ball loose on the floor. We're going to get a whistle and a foul.
Run down. Run down. Those are white tip. Push.
Fouls on Emma Simpson. That's her first personal foul. We're going to get a timeout taken by Eastmont here. Girls a little bit out of control here defensively, so the coach wants to talk about it, and we'll take a 60-second break here on the broadcast as well. With Eastmont leading at 36-26 over Rogers. We'll come back next on the NCW Life Channel. After the timeout by Eastmont, Lady Cats leading it by 10, 36-26. It'll be Ram basketball. Rachel Wicker checked in during the timeout. She'll bring it into Reagan Barrett. Reagan Barrett here with 15 points in the first half. Rogers yet to hit the scoreboard here in the second half. Simpson was on the floor. She collects herself. Now they kick it to Wicker down low. 3 in the key. I think that'll be whistled. So another turnover for Rogers at 4 here in the half. 13 in the ball game. Inbounds pass comes to Caitlin Cox. Cox brings it up the near sideline. Stopped the dribble. Brought it across. Good defense by Barrett. Eastmont maintains possession. Oh my,
wow.
Beasley with a pick out top. Somebody get the license plate on that truck. Goodness. And now Simpson steps in front, steals the ball away. Bounce pass in. Layup. Good. Cox for the bucket. She has 6.
What you got to do, Eric, cash in after you get a turnover.
Absolutely. Eastmont by 12, their largest lead of the ball game, and a turnover going to be whistled on a travel on Barrett. Took an extra step, so says the official.
She kind of has that step back shot like Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors. You know, she steps back and boom.
Yep, that time, according to the official, though, she took an extra step. Eastmont's largest lead here at 12 points. Now a feed down low to Maddie Chandler, kicks it outside to Cox. Caitlin lobs it in to high post to DeFore. Emily with a crossover. Shot on the way. Good!
That was a tough shot.
That is impressive. Emily DeFore with the bucket over the top of the 6-foot Sophie Wicker. And a timeout going to be taken here by Rogers. 30-second break. We'll keep it right here. But, Emily DeFore's game just continues to advance and improve every game we see her.
And before, maybe in years past when she was a younger player, she was a little bit tentative when she was down low or even up at the elbow area. Now she doesn't even hesitate. She'll just take that shot if she thinks she's got a good matchup, and she has this game.
One thing I did not ask their coach, Felice Rell, that we're going to before the season's over. Looks to me like maybe the ladies have been hitting the gym working on the upper body strength, because I'm seeing way more balls that they're ripping away, they're handling, they're maintaining where they lost those balls last year.
That's a good point. You're really right, too. That'd be a great question. Let's do that next time.
Remind me.
I will.
Next
I'll
time
remind
we
you.
talk to Felice about that and see if they've been hitting the gym, pumping some iron. 40-26, Eastmont on top. 4:33 to go here in the third quarter. Extending a lead over Rogers of Puyallup. You see that every time you see Rogers. There is a Rogers in Spokane,
right,
too.
Right.
Should mention that. Barrett hand checked in the paint on another beautiful drive by Barrett. But Eastmont's pestering her every time she gets the ball.
Simpson is playing a great defense on her. She's going to get her points. That's the way it is. But you just got to kind of hold her down a little bit. Inbounds
to Wicker, out to Lily. Lily picked up by Chandler. Tried to dribble behind her back. Off to Barrett. Barrett looked at the NBA 3. Now they're going to get Simpson for another foul. They got to watch that for Emma. That's 3 on Emma now.
Barrett just slightly got Simpson off her feet, just enough to bump into her and draw that foul.
Inbounds play over on the far sideline. Maddie Egan will bring it in here for the Rams. Gets it into Lily. Lily on the drive over Chandler. Hands it off to Barrett. Barrett cut off. It should have been a new shot clock on the foul. No, it should be a new shot clock on the foul. The officials.
That's what Coach Looker is saying,
the officials totally missed that. So there should have been a reset on the foul on Eastmont.
That basket does count. It didn't reset after that foul.
Okay, so who was the basket by? That's the next question. Was that by Barrett?
Amy, was that Barrett that made that?
Okay. So
Barrett.
with the bucket. She's got 17, and that breaks a string here for Rogers. That's her first point.
Sure is.
Here in the second half, halfway through the third quarter. Cox over to Simpson, three-pointer, rims off short, no good, rebound loose. DeFore picks it up, top of the key, needs to get out of the key. She does, feeds outside to Cox. Caitlin, lob pass, high post to DeFore again, took a dribble step, turnaround, blocked by Wicker. Ball loose on the floor. DeFore down with it, 3 Rams down there, 2, and a held ball called. Possession arrow should be to Rogers, and we got a timeout taken here, or did we get a timeout before the jump ball? 30-second
right,
timeout. So they gave her the timeout before the held ball?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll keep it right here.
Oh, that's a quick timeout.
Boy, that was. And, I've seen that a few times. And, granted, I would not want to be a basketball official.
No.
Even with 3-man mechanics, you can't see all the floor all the time.
You can't.
The question, though, is possession and timeout. Okay, they changed the rules along the way here. It used to be you had to have the ball on offense, and you had to have the person with the basketball call the timeout. The coach couldn't call the timeout. Now the coach can call the timeout if you have possession on your end, but you have to be possessing the ball.
Absolutely.
And that's the tough one, because sometimes it's a loose ball. You're the last one that touched it, but you're not possessing it when they call that timeout. Shot by Simpson, baseline right side. Ball out of bounds off of Rogers, will be out to Eastmont with 3:31 to go here in the third. We'll have a couple more substitutes coming in here for Eastmont. No, they're going to say Rogers.
I think that's the right call too, Eric.
Okay. The officials conferred as Avery Campbell comes in for the Rams. I didn't check. It was Heimbigner that came in here for Eastmont.
Avery, set the down screen, your post.
So it is Rogers basketball. Ellie Hamill with the handle. Now to Barrett. Baseline, drive, shot. Rims, won't fall. Wicker, rebound, had it. And then there's Nia Peasley tying her up. Held ball called. Possession is to Rogers.
There's that upper body strength you're talking about,
I'm
Eric.
telling you.
Right.
I'm telling you. Or they're just certainly taking their vitamins. Inbounds pass baseline right side for Barrett. As she's still looking, finally kicks it out to Wicker. Wicker back to Barrett. Barrett on the dribble drive. Left with a right-handed runner. No good. Rebound by Peasley. Peasley cross court to Simpson. Simpson with a heads-up dribble on the far side. She'll cross over. Stop at the elbow. Kick it off to DeFore. Her missed shot from 12. And the weak side rebound picked up by Rogers as Campbell came up with it.
DeFore had a lane there. She should have drove to the basket.
Yeah, wide open. Speaking of wide open.
Oh, what a
wide
shot.
Open. Reverse layup underneath for Reagan Barrett on the feed from outside by Campbell. Simpson to DeFore. Looking back door to Cox. Ball on the floor. Bodies on the floor. Held ball called again. Possession arrow is out to Eastmont. 10-point differential, 40-30. Eastmont on top. 2:36 to go here in the third.
Straight up, Sam, straight up.
Simpson lobs it into DeFore at the elbow left. Kicks it outside. We're going to get an offensive foul called away from the ball on Peasley, I believe.
Moving screen there, Eric, just outside the key.
So that'll be on Nia's first personal foul. Fourth team foul I've got on Eastmont here. Inbounds pass in the backcourt to Hamill. So they're having Hamill handle the basketball. I think this is a good move by Rogers. Get Barrett a little more freedom away from the ball. Barrett has the ball plucked from her by Cox. No foul. Cox racing up the left side, lays it up with the left hand, missed the shot. DeFore rebound, turn around, put back, good. Talk about strength.
Well, I guess.
4 points for DeFore in the quarter, 8 in the ball game. Pass down low for Wicker. Wicker turns against DeFore, kicks it outside to Hamill. Hamill with the drive, through the paint, lays it up good.
She's a good player too, Eric.
She is.
Not a lot of shots yet this game, but she's a good ball handler.
Oh, and they got an over and back call basically on the end line. Emma Simpson was knocked down and no foul call. Maddie Egan knocked her down and no foul, and the pass came in from DeFore, her direction. She couldn't get it. She was on the floor.
Yeah.
It's Barrett on the inbounds pass to Wicker. Kicks it across. Now outside of Barrett for a three-pointer. Rims won't fall. She can't find her shot here in the second half.
She can.
Heimbigner with the rebound for Eastmont. Minute 38 to go, 42-32, Eastmont by 10. Simpson on the wing. Britt Vaughn in there for Eastmont. Nice drive by Emma Simpson. Puts it up with the right hand on the run.
She is so tenacious, Eric. That's what makes her so fun to watch on both ends. She's just a tenacious player.
13 points for Emma Simpson.
Wow.
Nearly a travel for Barrett. Here's a kick in the corner for three. Rims and falls for Maddie Egan. She's got 6 in the ball game. Minute 7 to go. Lots of noise coming here from the near sideline. Here's a kick outside. They're going to call a walk before the shot on Heimbigner and a turnover. Is that 5 here in the second half?
6 I've got for Eastmont.
6 in the second half for the Wildcats. 16 in the ball game. Minute 1 to go here in the third. 44-35. Rogers trying to put a little run together. Simpson gets a well-deserved breather. Bryn O'Rourke comes in for Eastmont. Also, Maddie Chandler checks back in to replace Caitlin Cox. Felice Arell 3 feet out on the floor, hollering to her defense here. Now Hamill, picked up by Britt Vaughn.
Great defense.
Vaughn out there with 3 fouls. Now the kick in the corner for Wicker. Looks at the long 2, won't shoot it. Nice defense by DeFore coming out on her. Hamill turned her head away as she collected the ball, dribbled it off her foot. Now she'll pick it up and a pass inside, rejected twice by DeFore.
Nicely done.
Like an octopus underneath with all those arms somehow. Reset the shot clock they do with 35 seconds. I don't know, they hit a knee? Must
She
have.
kind of kicked it, yeah.
Yep. Barrett on the inbounds pass, looking for Wicker. Bodies colliding down low. Here's a drive by Hamill. Scoop shot, and they're going to give 2 free throws to Hamill, and I think a foul on Vaughn.
Rogers seems to be a much better team when Hamill's a little more aggressive on offense. She really wasn't the first half, but it's kind of a different team when she gets into the mix, too.
Absolutely. 31 seconds left here in the third, 44-35. Rogers trying to cut into that lead for Eastmont. First free throw up and good by Ellie Hamill. Rogers now 6 of 9 from the free throw line as a team in the ballgame. Substitution for Eastmont. In comes Cassidy Cunningham to replace Britt Vaughn, who's now got 4 fouls. So Britt's been limited to her effectiveness with the fouls tonight. And the rebound tapped by Eastmont, picked up by the Wildcats, and a ball loose near midcourt, picked up by O'Rourke. Bounce pass to DeFore. Shot good.
Within 5 feet of that basket, she's so tough.
Yeah, nice little head fake there for DeFore to get Wicker off her feet. 13-12 seconds. Barrett on the drive. We're going to get a push on the floor.
Another foul at the end of a quarter.
Yeah, we're going to have, I think, a free throw fest here in the fourth quarter. That foul was whistled. He said 22. That's Maddie Chandler.
Right.
Inbounds pass for Barrett comes in. Oh, that could have been a foul. Should have been a foul. Probably on DeFore on a hack. But they're going to say a turnover instead. Wow.
17 now for Rogers. 8 here this half.
46-36. Inbounds with 7 with 6. Bounce pass inside to Cunningham. Kicks it outside to O'Rourke with 3 with 2 on the run. Rims won't fall. And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. Get you ready for the fourth. Eastmont leads it by 10, 46-36. This is the Giesa Credit Union NCAA Basketball Showcase on the NCAA Life Channel. We'll come back after this. Eastmont outscored Rogers 12-10 in the third to lead at 46-36. The Wildcats have led by as many as 12 here in the second half. Rogers trying to stay right in there, and just a scrappy game, Grant.
It really is. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's really been a good game.
19 points for Reagan Barrett in this ball game to lead all scorers right now. 13 for Emma Simpson for the Wildcats. Rogers basketball. Ball comes in to Barrett. Working off a double pick, spins away from it, kicks it down in the corner. Now the drive, now the kick. They get it outside to Campbell. Campbell cross court to Barrett. Barrett with a beautiful move at the elbow. Kicks to Wicker for two. They're going to say it traveled by Wicker. It's going to be frustrating for Barrett. Breaking ankles in there on her moves, and then kicks it to her teammate, and then she walks with it. Inbounds pass to Simpson, off to Chandler. Chandler
Nice
feeds
pass.
to Cox. What a pass off to Peasley. Drew
Great
the foul.
passing.
2 free throws coming up for Nia Peasley. Boy, that's a ball movement.
Didn't even
right
need
there.
a dribble in there, Eric.
Nope.
2 passes and boom.
Fouls whistled on Wicker. That's her third. Free throw first of 2 for Peasley. Nia with 1 point. That was from the line back in the first quarter. Free throw up off the mark, no good. To go back a ways, it's kind of a Jack Sikma look to her shot, too.
True,
With
yeah.
that cock way behind her head.
Right. Yeah, Jamal Wilkes as well.
Yes. Free throw. Ooh, off the mark, no good. She's trying to get her own rebound. She tapped it last, I think, goes out of bounds. No, it'll be out to Eastmont. Wow. Well, Mike Wooler officials right there on the spot, way away from us, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Inbounds pass, far sideline, comes in out top to DeFore. Faked like she's going to shoot the three, then her pass knocked away, picked up by Barrett. Reagan Barrett off to Hamill. Hamill on the kick for the shot from 10. Good, look out. Avery Campbell for 2. That's her first point of the ball game. Quickly breaking any pressure is Eastmont as Cox just takes it herself. 7 minutes, long way to go in this one, Grant.
Yeah, there is.
8-point lead for Eastmont. We're going to get a hold on a ball held over there by Maddie Chandler. This one's coming on Rogers, and that will be on Avery Campbell. That's her second.
Only the third team foul, though, on Rogers.
Yeah,
Eric.
they've got a lot to give. They don't need to give them necessarily right now. Simpson gets it in high, then collects it back down low on the drive of the baseline and gets fouled, and we'll get a couple of free throws.
So one thing about it, you're aggressive like Simpson is, you go to the free throw line a lot because you're going to get a lot of calls down low.
Fouls on Barrett. That's her first foul of the game. How about that? Simpson to the line for 2. She's 2 for 2 from the line. 13 points to lead Eastmont. Missed the first one here. Substitution for Rogers. Rachel Wicker comes in, the 5'9 sophomore, will replace Avery Campbell, the 5'8 senior. Simpson back to the line for one more. Emma's free throw is good. 14 points for Emma Simpson. It's a 9-point lead for Eastmont. 47-38, 6:53 to go here in regulation. Right side, the pass comes over to Egan. Egan's had some quality minutes. There's Emma Simpson stepping in front. She'll go coast to coast, lay it up, and miss the shot. Oh, Emma.
It's like her leg just wouldn't come off the floor. Do you notice that? Sometimes you get tired, that happens. You make the motion for a layup, and your legs just don't cooperate.
The foul is whistled on Emma Simpson. Meanwhile, that's her 4th foul. So she does force the turnover, but just can't collect on the other end.
Makes you a little red in the cheeks, too, after something like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. And now, Rogers in the bonus the rest of the way.
That could be huge here in this.
Could be huge.
What could be a close game at the end.
Maddie Egan to the free throw line for the front end of 101. It's up. Good. 7 of 11 are the Rams here in the ball game from the free throw line. Heimbigner will come in to replace Emma Simpson. Now here goes your defensive spark. Here goes your ball handler.
A lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Second free throw, good. Look out, 7-point differential. Pressure on the backcourt. Cox gets it across the timeline. Hit that dead spot on the floor. Goes high posted to 4. Turning, spinning, looking. Feeding back to Cox. Cox on the drive down the lane. Had it stripped from her and turnover for Eastmont. Rogers back the other way. Look out. Here comes a three from Barrett. It's good. 22 points for Barrett in the ball game. 47-43. 4-point differential suddenly. Shockingly reached by Barrett. Heimbigner with it. Feeds to Chandler. Chandler is fouled. Hamill, that's 4 on Hamill.
That's 4.
I don't think Eastmont can keep Simpson on the bench for very long, Eric.
Nope,
She's got to be out on this floor, yeah.
Can't afford to. 6 minutes and 3 seconds, a long century if you're an Eastmont fan now. Inbounds pass to the 4. Got it back to Cox. Cox on the run, missed the shot, and a held ball going to be called here on the rebound as Peasley tied up Hamill. And possession arrow is out to Eastmont.
Yes.
Nope, should be Rogers. I don't think they turned that possession arrow again on the near sideline. 47-43 our score. 5:57 to go here in regulation. And now they're going to say Eastmont ball. Inbounds pass, lobbed into DeFore. She'll shoot it, missed the shot. Boy, Eastmont can't buy a bucket here. Oh, a strip in the backcourt. Eastmont with it. Lob pass down low. Peasley, shot on the way. Rims won't fall. Rebound, tapped out of bounds. I think it's off of Eastmont. No, they're going to say off of Rogers. I'm missing every one of those guesses. I'm not buying a lottery ticket after this, I'll tell you that. Baseline right side, inbounds play for Peasley, or Cox, excuse me, into DeFore, outside to Heimbigner, top to Chandler. Now to Cox for a three-pointer. Rims won't fall. Rebound loose underneath. Peasley had it.
This should be Rogers basketball.
This will be Rogers basketball.
Eastmont can't buy a bucket
They
now.
can't.
1 point so far in this quarter.
Nope. 5:37 to go. The lead is only 4. Where at once it was 12 for the Wildcats. And here's the dangerous one. Reagan Barrett with the basketball. Left side, she'll give it up to Campbell. Campbell back out top to Egan. Egan feeding right side over to Wicker. Wicker back out on the drive. Kicks it back to Wicker for a 10-footer. Good! The sophomore from the baseline for 2. It's a 2-point game, 47-45. Pressure, Heimbigner with it. Looking, gave up the dribble, needs help. Bounce pass to DeFore. Rifles a pass across to Cox. Cox on the drive on the left side. Double
Tough
team
shot.
comes, tough shot. Rebound, offensive putback, and boy, did Eastmont need that bucket right there.
Beasley.
Beasley for the deuce. 49, 44, 45 our score. Drive by Barrett. Double team comes and no. The official put his hand up like he was going to call a foul. They missed the shot. Rebound. Defensive by DeFore. Brought it down where everybody could get a hold of it. Now Wicker ties her up. Held ball called. Possession should be to Eastmont this time.
Boy, another frustrating thing that players do when coaches, that big players bring that ball down or just bounce it once, dribble it once, and
Give up the dribble.
Right.
And then you're stuck.
Yep.
Inbounds pass underneath. Lobbed into DeFore. Wicker is going to be called for a push from behind. And that foul on Sophie Wickers, her 4th. Was that 5? 16 fouls now. So one more will put Eastmont in the bonus. As Heimbigner will bring it inbounds on the far side. Gets it into Cox. Rogers backs up, except for the defense of Egan. Cox on the wing left. Top to Heimbigner. Over to Chandler. Chandler inside to DeFore. DeFore turns, dribbles, shoots. Rims won't fall. Rebound picked up by Rogers. They had a player streaking. Campbell didn't see her. Campbell tries to force a shot in the lane. Right there DeFore to knock the ball away. Off to Cox. A 2-on-2. Cox stops, lobs it into DeFore. Trees come, and the foul called. Again, Emily does have a little bad habit. As soon as she gets that ball, she turns and then brings it right down into everybody's chest level.
Then you're losing every advantage you have as a 6'3 player. 12 turnovers too, Eric, on Rogers this half, 21 in the ball game.
3rd foul on Avery Campbell on Rogers, so that puts Eastmont on the bonus rest of the way. 2 free throws for DeFore. First one is good. She's got 11 of the ball game. That's her first free throw of the contest.
Double-double then, Eric. 10 rebounds, 2 for DeFore.
And you got to have it.
Right.
Especially a game like this. 5-point differential, 4:03 to go. Still a long way left to this one. Emily DeFore, second free throw. So crucial to hit those free throws. Missed it. Rebound picked up by Campbell. Outlet pass to Hamill. Hamill dribbles it all the way down the lane. Lost the handle. Cox comes up with it. Turnover again here for the Rams. Cox could have been called for a carry. 3-on-2. Here's a shot from downtown left side. And it's O'Rourke with the 2.
Big
and a whistle.
bucket.
And a timeout. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well. 52-45, Eastmont with the answer. We'll come back after this 60-second break. You're watching Eastmont basketball on the NCW Life Channel. So after the Rams timeout, it will be Rogers basketball, trailing it here 52-45 with 3:43 to go. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way here. Anti-fouls will put bodies at the free throw line. It's Reagan Barrett with it now, top of the key, picked up by Cox. Feeds right side over to Egan. Egan on the dribble drive. Lob pass across. The ball stolen away by Cox. She's been all over the place. Britt Vaughn checked in during the break and now travels with the basketball. The youngster for Eastmont, so energetic, a little bit too excited on that break. And the turnover by Eastmont, is that 10 in the second half?
Turnovers,
yep.
That's 14.
14.
I should say 9 for Eastmont, 14 for Rogers.
Okay.
I've got 9 for Eastmont. 19 in the game, though.
Okay.
Both teams 37 turnovers, Eric, combined.
Totally. Here's a shot by Barrett. Look out, step back, Trey.
Wow.
Good. 25 points of the ball game for Barrett, and a whistle going to be called on the far sideline on the run by Cox up the far sideline. We'll have 1-and-1, I believe. Foul is on Barrett. That's her second personal foul. And it will be 1-and-1 for Caitlin Cox.
Big free throws.
Yeah, first time to the line for Cox tonight. 8 team fouls on Rogers. First one on the way, good. Oh, she just gets it and shoots.
Switch sides with Sophie.
Well, you know, I think back to, you know, that was the best thing I could have done. You don't want to think.
It's kind of like taking a golf shot. Just walk up there and hit it.
Just hit it.
Yep.
And one of my best games ever was speed golf. Caitlin Cox makes the second one. She's got 8 points. I didn't even look at the club I was grabbing. Just swung. Drive.
That was before the shot.
Barrett, let's see if they're going to give her the and one.
I saw the push up top of the key.
14 with the foul.
That's the right call.
Yep. So the foul is on Caitlin Cox. That's her third. 8th team foul on Eastmont. And to the line for 1-and-1 is Reagan Barrett. She's got 6 points in the quarter, make that 7. And one more free throw to come for Reagan Barrett. We were told her high score so far this year has been 25 points. She may, well, she's already there.
Oh, yeah. I can't see this girl scoring anything under 20 in a game, can you?
That's 27 points, her season high for Reagan Barrett. Beautiful crossover there for, Caitlin Cox, and then she threw it out of bounds. Britt Vaughn was cutting left and then came back right, and a turnover for Eastmont.
Now Simpson back in there too, Eric. Good time for it, but just under 3 minutes left in the game.
So Emma Simpson back in here with 2:53 to go. 54-50. And another three-pointer from NBA range is good!
Wow.
Barrett taking this game over. It's a 1-point differential. Down in the corner it goes. Simpson looked at the three. She'll drive it and has the ball stripped from her by Egan. Or excuse me, Campbell. Campbell comes up with another turnover for Eastmont. Rogers looking to take the lead, but here's Cox stepping in front. She'll go coast to coast, lay it up with the right hand. It's good. Caitlin Cox with 4 in the quarter. 10 of the ball game. Back and forth we go. 56-53. Barrett looked at that step up. Cox or Simpson was right there. Down in the corner it goes to Campbell. Campbell on the drive, and now we're going to get a push and free throws. Let's see who they're going to call it on. Oh, they called offensive push. How about that? Third foul on Barrett. And back the other way. That's why Emma Simpson was at a big smile on her face.
I was wondering about that, yeah.
So they're going to say player control foul, so no free throws for Eastmont, but the ball will go over to the Wildcats. Cox will get a breather here with 2:04 to go. Felice Harrell trying to ask, okay, why don't we get free throws on that? She's saying that was not the ball handler, which I didn't think Barrett had the ball, did she?
No, I don't think she did either.
So, yeah, I'm a little confused about that. Inbounds to Simpson. Simpson picked up by Barrett.
Good D.
Bump, 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 no call. I like the officials letting him play here.
I do too.
Ball goes out of bounds. It's touched by Rogers. Minute 52 to go. 3-point differential. 56-53. Eastmont by 3. It'll be an inbounds play, baseline left side, as O'Rourke will bring it in. Bodies start to move, counts on her. Ball in, colliding. Oh, now the ball stolen away by Barrett. Here she comes, coast to coast, lays it up with the left hand, missed the shot. Rebound, Vaughn saves it in bounds. Ball's loose out top. Here comes Campbell down the lane, lays it up and good. 4 in the quarter for Campbell. Back to a 1-point lead for Eastmont, 56-55.
What a game.
Can't let the game be bigger than what you are. Travel or the drive by Simpson. Lost the handle. Vaughn there to collect it up and clean it up. Now to DeFore. Hands it off into the hands of Heimbigner. Heimbigner back to DeFore with 10, with 9, and DeFore shot partially blocked by Wicker. Comes up into the hands of Hamill. Hamill kicks it outside. Barrett for a three-pointer. Rims off, no good. Rebound loose out top. Picked up by Eastmont. Back the other way comes O'Rourke. She goes coast to coast. We're going to get a layup, but a timeout called first by Felice Harrell. Oh.
Wow.
She was calling the timeout as O'Rourke was streaking down the lane. The official gives her the timeout.
She is mad at herself right now, Eric. I'll tell you that much.
It's a full timeout, so we'll take a 30-second break on the broadcast. 1 minute to go. Who's going to get it? 56-55, Eastmont by 1. We're back after this 30-second timeout. Very exciting action here at the Town Toyota Center between Eastmont and Rogers in this girls matchup. 56-55, 1 minute left in regulation. I'll just say that right now because this one kind of smells like overtime.
Sure does. Boy, if you're Eastmont, Eric, you have to, whatever it takes, keep the ball out of Barrett's hands here in this last minute of the game. Double team her and keep somebody open if you have to. You can't let her beat you, especially from the three-point line.
30 points for Reagan Barrett, the sophomore, for Rogers here in this ball game, and 3 3-pointers. She has single-handedly brought him back.
She really has.
Into this game in the fourth quarter. It was a 10-point lead for Eastmont after the third, 46-36. It's 56-55 right now. So the shot clock, little issue again here.
Right.
And you heard Coach Looker saying, hey, hey, hey. She's been all over every possible
She doesn't
call.
miss a thing.
Inbounds to Vaughn. Britt starts to dribble, gives it up to Simpson. Simpson with 55, with 54, and a reaching foul going to be called here on Reagan Barrett. That's her fourth. I don't think they had to foul.
They didn't. And I bet she doesn't get too many reach-in fouls in a ball during this season.
No. Now Emma Simpson, who is 3 of 4 from the free throw line, will be there for 2 shots. Is it double bonus?
I believe so.
It is. So 2 shots here for Simpson. First one, good.
Big free throw.
Britt Vaughn, the youngster, comes streaking into the lane. That's a huge free throw. 2-point lead for Eastmont. Trying to make it a 3-point game right now. Emma Simpson at the line. The senior with the flick. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound picked up by Rogers, Avery Campbell with it. She'll bring it across the midcourt stripe. O'Rourke trying to find the body. She's supposed to be guarding on this man defense here. Outside to Teagan and a push. Simpson falls down. Barrett hit the three-pointer. Let's see what the officials say. And it is offensive foul on Rogers. They're going to give the basket, though. Foul is on Ellie Hamill.
I think they got the wrong number. I think they got the wrong player, Eric.
Fouls on Ellie Hamill. That would be her 5th personal foul. The official comes over. Rick Springer talking with, or Spanger, I should say, with Amy Looker. That is 5 on Ellie Hamill with 39.9 seconds to go. 57-55. Rogers fans behind us incensed right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay, all right. So it's on Reagan Barrett. Either way, she's fouled out.
Which is a huge advantage for the Wildcats.
Absolutely.
That's what I was saying. They got the foul wrong on the wrong player. I saw Barrett commit
and
the
after
foul.
that whistle, she nailed that three-pointer. That would have given them the lead had it counted. It does not. Eastmont ball.
That's a huge turn of events here in this game.
Lilly comes in. Simpson with the inbounds pass. You got to get the ball in here. Eastmont, as far as I've got it, 1 timeout left. Emma Simpson bounce pass into Caitlin Cox. Cox turns. Defense backs up. Caitlin still needs to get it across the midcourt stripe. She does. Dribbled it off of her thigh. It goes out of bounds. A turnover with 29.6 seconds left.
Wow.
Goodness. Pressure, pressure, pressure. 29.6.
Timeout, I think, Eric.
57-55. Timeout. Rogers, it'll be a full. We'll take a 60 as well. Holy cow.
Wow.
57-55, 29.6 seconds left. We're back after this 60-second timeout on the NCW Life Channel. Rogers basketball with 29.6 seconds left. Inbounds pass comes in to Hamill.
And I think we're going to see her involved big time here, Eric. Hamill.
Hamill picked up by Vaughn. Comes right side with it to Campbell. Campbell out top to Wicker. Down low for a turnaround shot. Off the window. It's good by Stolkop. Stolkop with her first point since the first quarter. 12 seconds left. We're tied at 57 and a foul. Can't foul. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Ellie Hamill. And this will be her 5th foul. So she's now disqualified. And Emma Simpson to the line for 2. Goodness.
Wow. Just leave them alone at that point, Eric. You don't want to foul.
No.
I mean, we've seen one at the end of every quarter,
Just
but this is the biggest one yet.
Just
obviously.
play good defense. That's all you got to do. Tie game.
Boy, is this huge.
Emma Simpson was there moments ago. Back again. Free throw up. Good. 58-57. Rogers, I believe, are out of timeouts. Maybe 1:30 left.
I think so.
Second free throw. Good. No timeout call. They're out of timeouts. 59-57. Inbounds pass comes in. Campbell brings it across the midcourt stripe with 6 with 5. Drives it down. Kicks it to Wicker. Wicker's fouled. Oh my gosh.
Like a pretty good block too, Eric.
DeFore was there, but I think it was Vaughn that got her with the body. Britt Vaughn is now disqualified with 5 fouls.
A nice block by DeFore, really, but you're right. Vaughn got her with the body.
So Sophie Wicker, who has 2 points, has not been to the free throw line in the game. To the line now with 3.4 seconds left. Eastmont does have 1 timeout on my sheet anyway. And here we go. Chance to tie it. 2 free throws, says Jody Southwick. Yeah, that was a shooting foul, so it should be 2 free throws. That's a good catch by Jody. They were going to give her 1-on-1. So here we go. Sophie Wicker got to hit this one. Nope. Oh, got it! I thought it was going to hit off that back iron and come out.
Got the roll.
59-58. 3.4 seconds left. Second free throw on the way, and it's good. She ties it. Wicker with the 2. Simpson with the inbounds pass, and we are going to overtime here at the Town Toyota Center.
Wow.
2 free throws with 3.4 seconds left for Sophie Wicker. Ties the game at 59. So we head to OT. What a game.
And I think a distinct advantage for Eastmont now heading into overtime, Eric. Without Hamill, without Barrett into this game, that's a big advantage for Eastmont.
Absolutely. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 30 points for Reagan Barrett, so she's out. Hamill finished with 6 points. She's out. Britt Vaughn has fouled out with 7. Emma Simpson playing with 4. That's the foul situation. Sophie Wicker, by the way, also with 4 fouls. So that's the situation here as we reset the clock for 4 minutes here for overtime. 59-59.
Boy, big fourth quarter for the Rams, Eric. 23-13, they outscore the Wildcats. Down the whole game, outscored after every quarter, but a big fourth quarter, and we're going to overtime.
11 points in that fourth quarter for Reagan Barrett. 3 3-pointers.
Wow.
And like we said, kind of single-handedly brought the Rams back in this one. So here we go, overtime. It'll be DeFore out there jumping it up with Wicker. First possession always seems to be a big telltale in the overtime, and Eastmont gets it. Chandler off to Simpson. Emma playing with 4 fouls picked up by Lily. Right side to Chandler. Chandler now to Cox out top. Caitlin's been huge here. Lob pass underneath.
Pass.
And it's stolen away. Turnover for Eastmont. Lily with it. Out top it comes to Campbell. Campbell goes left on the wing. Here's the drive by Egan. She'll split the defense. Lay it up good.
Nice shot.
Egan now with 10 in the ball game.
This first lead of the game, isn't it, for Rogers, Eric?
It is the first lead of the game. We had a couple of ties early on, but our first lead for Rogers, 61-59, 3:20 to go here in overtime. Cox works off the pick, backs it away. Now goes to Simpson for a 3-pointer. Rims won't fall. DeFore, offensive rebound, put back on the way. Too strong, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It's off of Rogers, goes out to Eastmont. Eastmont eyes look a little big here.
They do.
Down the stretch in the fourth here in overtime. Got to settle down. You got to realize you got time for possessions here. Here's the reverse layup by Cox, no good.
She had it there, too.
Lily with the rebound. She's tied up. Held ball called. Possession to Rogers. 3:01 left in overtime. 2-point lead for Rogers. It is Campbell setting up the offense. Comes right side to Lily. Lily looking for Egan. Egan cut off by Simpson. Pass down low. Here's Stallkop on the drive. Kicks it out for Lily. Lily on the drive. Kicks it back to Stallkop outside for a 3-pointer. Ribs won't fall. Lily with an offensive rebound. The shot missed by Campbell. Lily in the corner. Kicks it outside. Ball fumbled around, picked up by Campbell. Campbell spins, turns, kicks it over to Wicker. Wicker for a 2 from way down outside of the block. It missed it on the baseline. Weak side rebound for Simpson. Emma's had a great game here, playing with 4 fouls. Works off the pick from DeFore. Give and go. Here's DeFore. Shot good. Tie game again.
That's where Eastmont needs to go for bread and butter here in this last 2:10 of this overtime. Right down low to DeFore.
61-61 with 2:05 to go here in overtime. We'll say our first overtime. Egan off to Lily. Lily back to Egan. Trying to direct traffic. Lobs it in and cut off there nicely by DeFore. Cox pestering on the defense on Campbell. Campbell kicks it outside for Egan. Egan on the dribble drive with 5, with 4 on the shot clock, with 3, with 2. Stallkop has it with 1. She'll horse up a shot, miss it. Rebound picked up by DeFore. Rifles a pass ahead to Maddie Chandler. Maddie a 1-on-2, lost the handle, turned it over.
Both teams 15 turnovers now, second half.
Here's a drive by Campbell. In the paint for a long time. Kicks it off to Lily. She'll drive it down. Missed the shot. Dufour with a big rebound, but she pulled it right back down where Lily could get it. We're going to get a foul on Emily Dufour. That's the third on Dufour. No, maybe only the second on Dufour. Emily leans down, tying her shoe. Lily will head to the free throw line. Jasmine Lilly, no points here in the game. She is 0 for 1 from the free throw line. 1:21 left in the first overtime, tied at 61 until then. Jasmine Lilly makes the front end of 2. One more to come for the 5'6" sophomore. Rims won't fall. Rebound tapped around. There's Simpson. Emma always seeming to be in the right place at the right time. It's a 1-point lead here for Rogers. 62-61. Simpson drives down, puts up the left-handed runner, off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped around outside, picked up by Dufour. She'll rifle it back outside to Chandler. Chandler feeds down low for Peasley. She's open, shoots it from 5, missed the shot. Rebound fumbled, picked up by Egan. Under a minute to go. Outlet pass to Campbell. Campbell brings it up the far side. They've got time, they don't need to run it here. Stalcock, 22 seconds on the shot clock, 47 seconds on the game clock here in overtime, leading it by 1. Eastmont's got to start thinking about a foul here soon. Campbell on the drive, kicks, the ball rejected, now picked up by Wicker. Outside it comes to Lily. Lily picked up by Chandler. Chandler outside it comes to Egan. 31 seconds on the game clock, and we got a foul called with a body going to the floor, and this is on Simpson. That would be her 5th foul.
She's the one that hit the deck. I don't know where that foul was.
The officials talking it over here.
Shot clock went off.
No, they reset it. I don't know if they should.
Yeah, they reset it without it hitting the rim. So there should be, what, like, if there is anything left on that shot clock, like 4 seconds left. Because they didn't hit the rim,
No,
did
they didn't.
Yeah, I started thinking about how I said that they should foul. They didn't have to foul.
Then I looked up and there's 25 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that shot clock should be maybe like 5 seconds at the most right now. So the official comes near side. Here comes Mike Wold.
That's going to be pretty hard to determine the exact time left on
Well,
it.
let's see. It was about 57 seconds on the other end when Eastmont was dribbling it around and took the shot and missed. So it would have been about 52 seconds. So 52. So they're going to reset it to 13 seconds and a timeout going to be taken here by Eastmont. Or is it taken by Rogers?
I think it is Rogers.
28.9 seconds to go. 62-61. Rogers by 1. And you get an extra timeout for the overtime. So Rogers uses their 1 that they get. What a game, Grant.
Gosh, amazing, isn't it? 10-point lead for Eastmont virtually the whole time, and 1 quarter, and it's tied, and here we are. Beautiful.
In the overtime so far, 3 points for Rogers, 2 by Maddie Egan, 1 by Jasmine Lilly, who hit the front end of 2 at the free throw line. Eastmont still looking for their first points here in overtime. Are they? No, they did score. I missed that. Who got the points?
I believe it was Dufour, wasn't it?
No, it was Peasley. That's right. Nia Peasley hit that shot from the right side.
Right. 13 rebounds for Emily Dufour in the game too, Eric.
Goodness. 9
for Simpson, so she's 1 away from a double-double as well.
Wow. So it's going to come down to this. 13 on the shot clock, 28.9 on the game clock. Rogers leads by 1 over Eastmont. Their first lead came very late. It came in overtime. That's where it is right now. Inbounds pass, far side, left side. Egan gets it into Lily. Picked up there by Cox. Lily on the dribble with 9, with 8 on the shot clock, with 7, with 6. Off to Campbell with 5, with 4, with 3. Down in the corner it goes. Here's Egan with 2. Shoots it, hit the rim. The ball picked up. It's Maddie Chandler that picks it up, and a foul called in the backcourt. That's going to put Maddie Chandler to the free throw line. Trailing by 1, she'll get 2 free throws.
Big free throws coming up.
Foul is whistled on Maddie Egan. That's her first foul. 62-61. Maddie Chandler, who took a shot to the ear. We didn't know if she was going to come back in the game. Not only is she back in the game, but she has a chance to put Eastmont on top. Quiet in the Town Toyota Center. Left-handed free throw for Maddie Chandler is good. Ties the game at 62.
That was the big one.
One more free throw to come for Maddie Chandler, who is 3 for 3 from the line. Second free throw up. Rims
in and
will
out.
Fall, rebound, tapped around. It's picked up by Wicker. Wicker tied up, and now we're going to get a foul. Oh,
Wow.
should have been a foul.
Oh, I think so too.
Should have been a foul on Eastmont as Peasley tied up Wicker underneath from behind, and they call a held ball.
Yeah, you can't wrap your arms around a player like that, that's for sure.
Timeout taken by Eastmont, and the coaching staff for Rogers, rightfully so, incensed right now.
I agree.
But
That was a bad call.
You can't lose your cool and get a technical on the bench in a situation with a game tied at 62. 10.8 seconds left here on our first overtime. Goodness. But that absolutely should have been a foul call.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I agree with the Rogers folks on that one. But, again, you got to keep your cool and your composure here.
Yep.
With 10.8 seconds left as the officials meet under the backboard, the timeout called by Eastmont. That's their one and only they get here for the overtime. 3 points in the fourth quarter for Emma Simpson, so 16 in the ball game for Simpson to lead the way, 13 for Emily DeFore. Reagan Barrett leading all scorers on the bench, fouled out in the fourth quarter with 30 points for Rogers. Trying to find anybody else in double figures for the Rams. 10 points for Maddie Egan. So here we go, 62-62, Eastmont ball, 10.8 seconds left. Lob pass into DeFore. DeFore with a head fake. Kicks it out to Chandler. Chandler travel with a basketball with 7.1 seconds left. Turnover for Eastmont. Their 16th of the second half, 26th of the ball game.
Amazing.
7.1 seconds, no timeouts left. Inbounds pass, don't foul, for goodness sakes. Lily with it with 2, with 1, a shot at the buzzer.
Good. That's going to count.
Stolkop. It was Kaylee Stolkop that hit the 2 that tied it to send it into overtime. And now Stolkop, unbelievably, hits the 1 at the buzzer in overtime to give Rogers a 64-62 upset win here at the Town Toyota Center.
It almost feels like Eastmont gave it to him a little bit too easily right there, didn't it, Eric? You got to contest that shot a little bit more, at least the ball coming down the court.
What a game for both teams, and what a comeback for Rogers. That was a great win for Rogers out of Puyallup with the win here tonight.
Absolutely.
In overtime, 64-62, and the whole team comes by giving us fist bumps here. And that was what a game, Grant Olson.
That was amazing. That was fun.
We will take a 2-minute break, collect our breath, and come back and wrap it up and get you ready for boys play coming up next here on the NCW Life Channel. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.
Thanks for joining us for Eastmont Wildcat girls basketball on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club, the Windmill Restaurant, Les Schwab Tires, Confluence Health, TC Slingers, and the Walkabout Grill. We now return to our regular programming on your source for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.